Munchies. Rated PG.
Our next film is Munchies from 1987. It's a Gremlins thing that could never get off the ground, I guess. There's a sequel.
Yeah.
Two sequels, actually.
There is not two sequels.
There's
Munchies
Munchie.
Strike Back.
There's Munchie and Munchie Strikes Back.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And they're nothing like the first movie at all.
No other movie should be like the first movie besides Gremlins.
Right, I was going to say...
Critters,
Yeah.
or Ghoulies, or pick your fucking little creature from
It was
the 80s.
before this fucking film.
But yeah, Munchies was directed by Tina Hirsch, who actually was the editor on Gremlins, so I thought that was a nice little nod there. And then
She's like, I'm stealing from my ex-coworkers to make this movie.
Fuck you, Joe Dante.
produced
Suck my fat tits.
produced by Roger Corman. Let's see, who was in the movie? Harvey Korman.
Harvey Korman in the dual role.
Yep, in the dual role as the father and the uncle.
Cecil and Sonny
Or Simon.
Simon, yeah.
Yep, and Charlie Stratton and Dean Vandervelde are the main names I figured out.
I'm surprised you had to read that because you've watched this movie how many times?
I've never known the actors' names besides Harvey Korman.
But still, you should know everything by heart.
I should. I was saying, like, this...
Would you say, total?
About 15 times I've watched this movie.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Because I've watched it ever since, like, probably 88, 89.
And you're still sane and shit. Like, you watched an insane Trainwreck
Yeah.
15, and you're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have went crazy after watching it 15 times.
Well, I think, if someone watches this now for the first time, they're probably not going to enjoy it nearly as much as if you watched it when you were younger.
I don't know. I watched it for the first time in, like, over 20 years, and I find it to be pretty enjoyable.
But you also seen it 20 years ago. But like,
Yeah.
if someone never got introduced to this before, I think they'd just be like, "This is kind of dumb with the act, especially the acting in it."
I think that Cecil and Melvis are incredibly entertaining.
Oh, they are. But
Yeah.
dude
Yeah.
is just
the Deadhead guy?
God, like a total surfer ripoff, just not done well.
I actually like
Louis
that dude.
Spicoli, if you were...
Yeah,
That dude was cool.
Or Jeff Spicoli, rather.
Not him, but the guy in Munchies. He was cool.
Jeff Spicoli's cool, fuck you.
Not compared to the Munchies guy. He was cool.
Whatever, those guys are facts.
all right. Yeah, this movie starts off with the father and son, Simon and Paul, at an archaeological dig
Paul
in
Simon.
Peru.
Shout out. That's probably what that was.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're probably right.
Maybe.
Shot the monkey!
That's not even them.
Paul Simon?
Shock the Monkey?
I'm pretty sure that's Paul
No,
Simon.
it's not. That's fucking Coal Chamber redid.
They remade it.
Yeah, I'm
From,
almost positive that's a Paul Simon song.
No, Shock the Monkey is fucking the same guys that did that one song.
Peter Gabriel shot.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter Gabriel.
The same guys. I just got caught in a lie, but I knew it wasn't
Yeah.
Paul
whatever.
Simon.
Both
So while they're at the archaeological site,
stupid.
Listen to Sledgehammer. It's a great song.
you see Paul talking into the camera, who he's basically sending this to his girlfriend as like a video diary, making just terrible, just stupid, lame jokes because he thinks he's going to be a comedian. But as like,
They all do.
and they all decide, or him and his father and the people they have with them decide to go into this old ancient, what I would say is like a temple. And,
Yeah, it's a temple, because they're in Peru.
yeah. And the whole entire
Machu
time,
Picchu,
Paul's
that's
making
what it
yeah,
was.
Machu Picchu. Yep.
Machu Picchu, yeah.
And the whole entire time, just non-stop, Paul is just talking, joke after joke after joke. But they all of a sudden see something moving. They go over to the corner and they see what they believe is an alien. And the first thing you hear out of its mouth is, "Amigo!" Because apparently it learned Spanish while it was in Peru and just speaks Spanish the whole entire time.
Oh.
And yeah, that would just... But then they take the alien with them, put him in a bag, and then they leave. And credits roll with a quite catchy theme song.
It sounds just like Danny Elfman's theme from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
When they're translating the hieroglyphics in the temple, the one dude, their guide, says about the translator that he's been chewing too many coca leaves. I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
I'm editing that out. What?
He was chewing too many
I
cocoa
know
leaves.
that. I know. Well, okay, that's fine. I'll leave it in.
Alright, but yeah, after the credits roll, they get to the airport, get picked up by Paul's girlfriend, they head back home, and this one you get introduced to the
Stupid
idiot
cop.
cop that pulls them over, and I don't even remember what it was for. Oh, it was because the car needed
The
a tune-up.
decibel level.
Yeah, the decibel level was too loud or something, but he lets them go, and they get back home and start unpacking, and that's when you see, like, someone is spying on them in their house, and you come to find out it's Cecil, who is Paul's uncle, Simon's brother, and he is, like, this fast food tycoon, just owns, like, a golf course, I think, is another.
Yeah, and, like, the Western beef land and fucking makes wine coolers. And
Yeah, he's just like an entrepreneur.
I love the wine cooler commercial. Like, all of the Cecil commercials are kind of funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are pretty good. Then you find out, or they goes back to the family and they're playing around with the Munchie, which they decided to name the species. And then they decided to name it Arnold for I forget why they named it Arnold, but, like, the
Named
reason
it
they
Arnold
named it
Ziffel.
Munchie. Was that?
Arnold Ziffel.
Arnold Ziffel?
I love how they accept it like it's just a normal dog or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
without
nobody has
like being still
Any
weird
problems
about it.
about
Like
the
what
fact
the-
that this thing can talk.
yeah, like they act like it's just normal.
Well, you know,
pet.
forget about the fact that human beings are the only species on the planet that can talk, but, you know.
And the reason they name it Munchie is because it literally eats everything in sight. No matter what it hands them, it eats it. And Simon's getting ready to leave to go tell someone about their finding with the alien. And he tells Paul to make sure to keep an eye on Arnold and make sure nothing happens. Once Simon leaves, Cecil comes over with his dumb stepson, Dude, who is basically just a terrible surfer ripoff.
Bullshit. He's the coolest thing in the film.
Oh, he's so
It's a
bad.
bad Jeff Spicoli.
This wasn't bad. This is a Mount Morris Spicoli. Well, I guess that's bad or whatever. It's not a Hollywood type surfer guy, but
Yeah, then Dude and
He's
Cecil, Dude and Cecil end up getting into the house while Paul and Cindy are upstairs doing foreplay with weird fucking inflatable hammers and freaking finger baseball glove
Yeah,
things.
they
And
talk about how they're going to fuck, but then they just go upstairs and do everything but have sex.
yeah, like shoot each other with like laser guns underneath the blankets and stuff.
And it's funny that,
It's a
like,
date with me.
to distract the alien while they go bang.
They give him a nudie
Yeah,
magazine.
he gives him a nudie magazine, and it looks like the thing is jacking off in the bag.
Yeah, 'cause you hear the
and then it sneezes
sneezes.
instead.
but yeah, like
Director
Munchie-
he teases you with a boner right there.
He does.
Or she. Sorry about that.
yeah, Arnold ends up sneaking into the bedroom while they're fooling around, and they freak out and kick him out of the bedroom, and that's when you get like the first look at his face because he kind of just does that peek around the corner. And
And he looks like a bat.
Yeah.
The face looks like a bat. Like if you've seen a bat. or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I'll say bat with hair.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he's wearing like, and he also is wearing like some weird space outfit with like the little straps on. Like,
Yeah,
the
and
little
like
belts
we
and
said-
everything.
He's dressed like a Jawa.
Yeah, perfect, Jawa.
And like we said earlier about like they're not freaked out this thing can talk, but he looks like a fucking bat.
Right.
Like they'd be weird about that. I don't know.
Yeah, its mouth is full of little pointy teeth, and it reminds me of the troll from fucking Cat's Eye, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
actually.
it's dressed like a Jawa, and it looks like a troll from Cat's Eye, and it fucking talks. But
Yeah.
nobody cares.
yeah, but
It's normal.
but yeah, then it goes downstairs and distracts itself by getting into the cupboards, just devouring all the food.
And that's when the deadhead guy snatches it.
Yep, Arnold and Cecil kidnap it, sneak it back to their house.
Then the deadhead and Arnold square off and fucking...
Yeah, because Arnold throws a freaking pool ball at him while he's trying to listen to music,
Right.
and then
Well, I mean, he throws Arnold first, and then Arnold retaliates by throwing
Oh, that's right.
the billiard ball at him. And then it just escalates from there, and the fucking...
Arnold stabs or punches it with a freaking pool stick, and that's when you see its claws all of a sudden just shoot out of its hand, and then it like kind of grows like its teeth longer, and that's when it
Right.
seems to become super aggressive, bites through the pool cue, and
stabs him with the fondue fork.
yep, stabs him with the fondue fork right after that.
And then the dude shoots it with a fucking shotgun.
Yep, and as it's in there, just what he thinks is dead, he gets a knife and just starts cutting it into quarters, like literally just cuts it into 4 quarters, and then he walks off, and this is when you realize cutting these munchies into pieces is not a good idea, because then they form into 4 munchies.
Yeah, you're not supposed to feed them after midnight or get them wet.
It's the
Yep.
same reproduction of a little gremlin thing. It's their take on it.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, they.
Did you know that Randy just left? All right, just keep talking.
Yeah. They all get up, like all four of the pieces stand back up. Arnold's still there, and freaking. That's when you get like the stereotypical. Racist sounding creatures like the French talking one, the black talking one.
But it is cool
Mexican.
though. I mean, that's kind of like the.
Yeah, they have their own personalities.
Well, yeah, it's not even that, but it's just blatantly fucking stereotypical that they did it. And that's
stereotype.
That's awesome. Like today, people would probably feel guilt for filming something like that.
Right, exactly.
Or they get pressure and shit once they start screening it.
But yeah, they decide to go get revenge on a dude while he's just jamming and singing in a terrible tune, and he has headphones on, and they somehow kill him by cranking up the volume.
But he just took those headphones off to talk to his dad, remember?
Right.
Oh no, those were like smaller headphones.
But yeah, they just crank the volume, and apparently that kills him, because they find him dead later.
I mean, if it's so loud, you can't react and take him off
Don't
your
they,
head.
like, do more to him than just that?
No, like, they literally
there's
get
a
up on each
battle.
other's shoulder, and they turn the volume up.
There's a
real
battle
loud.
before that, but...
Well, no, because before they turn it
Yeah,
forward.
but that's how they end his life, with the loud volume and the headphones.
Yeah, and he just holds the headphones and just starts screaming.
This the whole time, on loud volume in my headphones while we're doing this. I'm not gonna, like...
Well, that's when
I'm not gonna die.
This is when the
Am I?
gremlins steal his gremlin.
Well, I think this is when we get introduced to Melvis. Okay, nope. Paul and Cindy look for Arnold, and they hear a gunshot, and that's when they run outside, and they see that the Munchies now have Dude's rifle, and are just shooting at random shit, and Cindy comes out trying to do some weird, sexy dance to distract them, like bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. And it was just bad.
Why are you dancing?
Because it was just fun to do.
Think the viewers can see you
Yes.
dancing?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna talk the talk...
Or not the viewers, the listeners. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you can't even get it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they try shooting at her, and then as they're hiding behind the car trying to protect themselves, that's when they jump into a gremlin, and they take off. And, yes, I had to say it that way.
I know.
My friend Candace used to drive a pretty awesome gremlin.
A gremlin, though, she did not.
A gremlin!
And Paul and Cindy decide to give chase, and they get pulled over by stupid Eddie,
cop. Yeah, stupid cop again.
who gives them a hard time, but then Paul tells them that they are working for the CIA, and he fucking buys it. And he's like, oh, okay, and he enlists them to help, so Eddie follows them. Then it cuts to the scene with the Munchies driving the car, two on the pedals, Arnold on the steering wheel, and start...
It's so crazy that you associate one of the Munchies as first name basis.
Well, because you get introduced to him right off the bat.
I know,
as
but I
Arnold,
wouldn't
and they
remember
call
the
him that.
fucking... Yeah, I still don't remember the very first Munchie's name.
And he's the most
Arnold
recognizable. But yeah, as they're driving...
Even though they say it a bunch of times, my bad.
And as they're driving, they pull up to an old lady driving the granny in this huge-ass car.
In the muscle car.
And they try, like, side slamming into her, and she throws a freaking, what I'm guessing is like an M80 or a firecracker into the car. When they, like, freak out, so they start slamming her again, and they pull out the rifle on her, and she, like, pulls off to the side of the road, and she runs out of the car. As she runs out of the car, they shoot the gas tank, the car explodes, and she comes out and flips them off, and they just run off laughing.
This one.
This is the verbatim. This is really what happens in the movie. He just said, "Yeah, that really happened."
Is this when fucking I think like Cecil and Melvis are in Cecil's food truck and she's reading the magazine with like the
Gremlins is the
Gremlins,
headline on the back.
She's reading an article about Ozzy Osbourne and there's like the Gremlins thing in there.
Yeah, but it says Gremlins in giant bold letters with a question mark. So yeah, definitely two nods right off the bat, besides the movie itself, to Gremlins. But yeah, then Cecil and Melvis get home, see that the house is trashed, and find Dude's dead body. Cecil calls Big Ed, who you find out is the other officer's dumb father. So 2 dumb cops now involved.
Big Ed's been at a police convention.
Oh, yep. Then it goes back to the Munchies, who end up running a bunch of bikers off the road, and they flip the bikers off as they drive off laughing. Then it cuts back to Cecil and Melvis, Eddie, Paul, and Cindy, and they all meet at the golf course. And that's when they find out that Arnold killed the dude, and they send Eddie off to go investigate. And then Munchies show up at a beach and
they
get into the
attack
water
the
to harass 2
women who were
women.
swimming.